I have a question. Do you sometimes have a hard time on the dance floor because of your feet? Well, I'm going to turn back the pages for a minute and show you how the club dances. Have you ever seen the ballroom dance where the dresses come right down to the floor? You can see one part of the foot routine, but the other one is covered up unless they come into a spin where she spins or he spins. What happens to the feet? Because in all reality, our 2 feet only stand to one body. So why count 2 feet? Just count one stand. Because we all know the stand, it's everything from the center, has to go halfway out from each side in order to get its own balance in the stand, or it needs a cross pattern like this that'll block it from sinking all the way through the earth. If it does stand, 2 clubs dancing. See the one-armed bandit? Well, when you play the slot machines, you're just a one-armed bandit. Have you ever seen what the 2-4-6-8 looks like? 2-4-6-8 looks like this. Start over here. The star system. 2-4-6-8. 2-4-6-8. Holds up. The cross holds up the star system. The cross of Christ holds up the star system. I have one more thing to show you. I hope I didn't go too far back in this. I thought it was quite interesting. Is this over here. I noticed the same thing. When the penguin sits on its egg, okay, if you actually take a look at its body, because one penguin likes 3. You only need, down here is the only place you need the oil. And once she runs up, right, once she warms up, okay, and the oil starts getting pulled, the circulation flows, right? Is that not right? Circulation flows, gives the energy for the light. The light gives the energy over here, giving back to the energy, and it circulates again. If you catch the fumes in the air, we'll just drink the alcohol from it. There was something else I was looking for, but we're going to jump off of that. We're going to get onto a formation in a letter. Here's the angled A. Here comes the big A, but inside the big A, if you take a look, the angle that gets cut off is a 4 here and a 4 here. The space in between holding up this part of life before this part of life comes in. This is a combination of what they call between the numbers. In between 1 and 5 is 3. In between 3 and 5 is 4. In between 7 and 5 is 6. In between 5 and 9 is 7. In between the numbers. Then we have on the outside its low shoe and its numbers. There's one other one I'm going to do, and it's the Star of David. Okay, what are these stripes for? These stripes are to show this is the center of the 2 sides, but we're going to take a little of this side and we're going to take a little of that side to make the center. And if you want to know what the space is 10 yards. And how do I know this? I don't. I know this because of something else. In CFL football, they have 55-yard lines from each zone. Therefore, 5 and 5 goes into the center where the logo goes. For that reason, it allots me to say there's 5 on each side, making the center of both, and don't put your foot on the line because the line is shared, so everybody stays behind the line. The lines own them, the circle of life. So inside this number over here, we hold this, then we're going to go and duplicate it on the other side. We make 2 of the same level. See this 5 over here? We're going to have to get 4 of these 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 5 and 3. This is going to be 8. This is going to be 9. This is going to be 11. This is going to be 12. This is going to be 8. This is going to be 9. This is going to be 2. This is going to be 3. 8, 9, 2, 3. The reason for that, 5 and 3, 5 and 4, 5 and 6, 5 and 7 equals 12 equals 11 equals 9 equals 8. Now don't forget, I'm learning this as I go and I'm making this up because it only fits into the equation of reality. I can do it. Okay? If you're turning the 4 corners of Rubik's Cube in the center, all these go along with it. The reason why the 4 others go of no name, because there is no name. It's turning the outer parts of Rubik's Cube. We put 2 of these together because you always have to have your own home, but you're still sharing the other home with the other side who's sharing their home, and you do have your own home on your own. but you're bringing your life into the center. But then you play as one. If you don't understand what I'm saying, there's 100 yards on a football field, and you're 50 on your side, the other's 50 on their side, okay? But they're always trying to cover your side only. They own their side, but they need your side and you need their side to get to the zone to reconnect the other side and give you 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's number 7 because it's in the middle. This one's, excuse me, this one would be 7 over here. This one would be number 9, the way it's actually looked at. But in this situation, if we're running of the Star of David, it becomes number 7 into the center. There's a reason, a whole big reason for this. And in the world, we connect 4, okay, with 7. That's Jesus Christ. The same time we connect that, 4 and 7, which is 2 and 11, we connect 2 and 3. Which is 5. 3 and 4 is 7. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 4. Then we connect 9 and 4, reverse it to, now we connect 6 and 3. What we once connected as 7 and 6, we now connect as 8 and 7. What was 8 is now 1. What was 2 is now 9. This is a mixture of low shoe and reading all the 7s on this dice. 6 and 1, 2 and 5, 3 and 4. That's all it is. Okay, that's it for now. There was one other short thing I did like to show is, I like this. Okay, this is that frog held up on the fleur-de-lis. See the way they got the cross on each one? Between his two ears, between his 2 eyes. See that little thing from, what do you call it, Aladdin? And he's plugged up to the wall. It looks like he's all nailed in, right? And that goes along with, again, the cycle from the Arctic, the penguin. Does it look like the penguin? Is this the 4 eyes of the polar bear? This is from the north. The penguin, or is it from the south? And don't forget, if it's the penguin, we must have dolphins and birds. And if you take a good look at this, it's a pterodactyl. Here's his neck, here's the back of his head, and here's his beak. But he's being held up. See the way I have this beak shut over here, just like on the Flintstones? Or is it this bird over here on this side? Depending on how much more of the color I put in is going to turn those birds around, right? But if you actually look at it this way, with 2 eyes and 2 horns, it now becomes an old rotten bull. Just the bones are left over, with the cross with the owl on top of his eye, sitting between H and I. H becomes the eyes that see for one totem pole. H and I, 2 and 3, beta creation, electricity. Electricity, my friends, electricity and water, Alcatraz, Hoover Dam, the North Country, the North, the great colds that come in is superior. You need to protect the North. You need to protect the trees, because when these computers get hot, they don't run. They need cold. Let them freeze in hell, and we'll defrost them on the way. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. This is going to be fun. Might hurt, whatever it is. It's going to hurt in here, but it's going to be fun when it's over. Thank you. Raphael 7286 and a constant. When it's over. Oh, and what's over? Well, when I think I can watch TV again, right, I'll think the propaganda is like over. And right now, I don't feel like I can watch TV. It takes too much of my time. Somebody else is trying to tell me more than I actually want to know. So for now, when it's over, whatever that means, you know what it means? It means when you feel good in your head and your worries are the least of your problems. Thank you for watching.